Yo, 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 happy quadruple witching day. Today I thought I'd start the webinar by going through a multi-time frame analysis and showing you how to set up trades using big time frames, medium time frames, and lower time frames and stack them all together. Then I guess we can just do our normal setups and we can talk about, quadruple witching and all that kind of stuff. I will answer your questions if you have them. So while I run the B-roll, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you get ready. So let's go. Boom! Hey, so like we had all this weird YouTube problems yesterday. So then I noticed I posted the video without all the standard descriptions and stuff, and the title was different. And I'm like, so I went back into the YouTube back office, and all the settings are changed. I'm like, dude, thanks a lot, YouTube. Really appreciate that. So I actually have chat now, so that's not giving me errors. I think I'm broadcasting in 1080p, so maybe they did something good. But is it working? Hope so. So, hey, happy Friday. We got some pips to make yet today, right? This has been here like 6 months. Anyways, my name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Very nice to meet you. Please visit TradersWay.com, open up a trading account. Yeah, they're a boutique foreign exchange trading firm that actually wants customers to be successful. And that's why I'm here. I am charged with the duty of making you successful. Why? Well, let's say the typical Forex trader. They're like, I want to get rich quick. I don't have any time. I don't have any money, so I want lots and lots of leverage. So, hey, random Forex broker with the super small spreads, which are probably not real spreads. Here's my money. Boom, one big trade, gone. Blow up the trading account, and the customer leaves. Well, in that case, the broker probably keeps all the money. It just works out. That's your typical model, right? All right. Trader's Way says we're different. That's not how you succeed. That's not a real business. What we want is a trader to conservatively, over time, grow their trading account profitably, right? Just grow it. A few trades here today, a few trades tomorrow, with skill and finesse and timing, patience and discipline, grow profit, and then the account grows and the lot size grows little by little. And that Trader's Way wants the kind of client that opens an account and trades profitably for days, for weeks, for months, for quarters, for years, for decades, for centuries, if possible. They hope you live to 200 and trade every single day, right? So anyways, that is the business model. So they're like, hey, Wayne, you've been doing this a long time. Will you help our clients be successful? And I said, well, I'll do my absolute best. I'll share everything I learned after doing this for all these years. And they're like, cool. And I'm like, cool. So here we are as a community. So I preach to teach because some of you never had this. Ask questions, get involved. We'll do technicals, we'll do fundamentals. You're going to click the little likey button thing and the little subscription button thing. If you want my chart templates, like the ones behind me, they're also in the description below. Whatever it takes to make you succeed, I'm probably willing to do it. But you still have to do the blood, sweat, and tears for years. So, whatever. So we have a symbiotic relationship is all what I'm saying, right? So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Like, for example, on Wednesday, I did the Fed interest rate decision. I covered what the Fed is, how it was structured, why it was structured that way, what the FOMC is and the Board of Governors, and what an FOMC meeting is like. What do they do in day one? What do they do in day two? Literally going through agenda. You should know the difference between a beige book and a green book and a blue book. And no, it's not the Kelly Blue Book. So all these things, right? But you have to be a subscriber. All I did was stream, and it went and notified everyone. Okay, so make sure you do that. Okay. Anything else? No, I think we're good, right? So, I thought I would do this today. Hang on, I'm super, super ridiculously tired. I thought I would show you how I stack. You want to stack some trades, guys? You want to stack some trades? This is Euro Turkish Lira. I bring it up because it's part of something I'm trading, but also I've brought this up a lot over the last many months, and we do a lot of trade setups, but I'm not sure if it clicks, sort of thing. Okay. Oh, Dragon's Lair Rex 756. This is my first quadruple witching. Okay, let me cover that for a second. Quadruple witching means if it can expire, it will expire today. So think of stock index futures like S&P 500 futures. They roll over today. Okay. Also, options on the S&P 500, as another example, expire. So if you're an options trader, your option will expire. If you're a futures contract trader, it will expire. Now, what does that mean? Let me take it to another step then. I once visited the trading floor of the S&P 500 in Chicago. Went out in the trading floor, sat in the S&P 500 pit, went to the 10-year T-note pit and all that kind of stuff. And on this floor, for example, they have the S&P 500 futures pit, and then right next to it, they have the options pit. Okay, and the options pit is much smaller. So just think of arenas, right? And this is where they're yelling, right? Yeah. Want to buy 2. Okay. This guy that took me out on the floor, he was an FX boot camper, right? But he was a professional 10-year T-note trader. He had a seat on the Chicago Board of Trade. And so his 10-year T-note futures contract expired on quadruple witching, just like the S&P 500. Okay, so remember, it's a contract, right? All right. So he told me he only works 4 weeks out of the year. I said, what? So yeah, so he was trading on he had a seat on the Chicago Board of Trade, was a floor trader for decades, and he only worked 4 weeks a year. Can you guess what 4 weeks he worked? Quadruple witching 1, quadruple witching 2, quadruple witching 3, quadruple witching 4. By the way, it used to just be called triple witching, but something else is new and expires, and so I don't know. It used to be triple witching, now it's quadruple witching. Anyways, this is what happens. You ready? Take out your pens and paper. Okay, this is what other people do to make money. Okay. A future contract. It's a contract to buy wheat in the future. Because you might not want wheat today, but you might want it in February. So there's a contract for that. Okay? Or maybe you want to hedge the wheat you got now on your farm or in your bins or whatever, and you want to hedge that so you can use a futures contract. Okay, you're worried prices will fall, so you'll short the futures market, because if cash prices fall, you'll make money because you shorted the futures, right? You shorted the futures, so you'll make money there, and it offsets your losses in the real world. Okay, you see what I mean? All right, but every 3 months, contract's going to expire. Okay, so now imagine 10-year T-note. It's just a financial instrument that can be hedged. That's all, right? All right, the 10-year T-note. It expires today, but what if you want to be in the contract for a year? Let's say you're a hedger, and you just want to hedge the risk on the actual 10-year T-note you own, or the bond portfolio you own, or maybe you're an insurance company, or maybe you're a credit card company or something, but you're using the futures contract to hedge, and you you don't want to get out just because the contract expires. Imagine, guys, you were in like a carry trade, but at the end of every month, your broker not canceled, but closed your position because we were trading monthly futures contracts. That's what that'd be like. You're long Aussie yen, for example, but you can only be long for 30 days maximum. And if you went long on the 20th and you're up 200 pips, on the 30th they close it. And you're like, what? I was happy in that position, right? So when the contract expires and you still want to be in the trade, you have to roll over into the new contract. The back month moves to the front month, and the front, well, I should say it this way. The front month contract expires, goes away, the old back month becomes the front month. So as we get to this, this is a singularity in the space price time, right? Where we know that this contract is going to expire. We know it. We know it's going to happen at an exact date and exact time. So at some point, if you want to be in that position, you're going to have to do the same thing on the contract that's coming up. What currently, right? So let me start again and make sure we understand. Okay, I'm in a 10-year T-note trade. 2 weeks from now, the contract's going to expire. I like my trade. I don't want to get out, but the contract will expire. It doesn't matter. So I say to myself, well, this is an inevitable truth that this contract will expire. So I am going to buy the current back month because it will be the new front month in 2 weeks. So I need to get into that position now. Why would I want to do it now? Why wouldn't I not want to wait? Why not wait to the very last second? And maybe why I could do this maybe 3 weeks before expiration, or 2 weeks, or 1 week, or 1 day. But think about it this way. Why is maybe earlier better? Time value, sure, but that's just finance. Prices will go up. Why? Why, Tova? Thank you, Michael. By the way, guys, if you answer with a question mark, that helps me understand what you know and what you don't know. Because other people are going to do the same thing. That's why price goes up. They're thinking, hey, I'm in a good position. This is working out for me, but it's going to expire, so I got to get over there. And I know other people are going to do that too, so I should probably get there now, because as more people go from the expiring contract into the soon-to-be new front month, these buyers will drive up prices. You see what I mean? Other people are going to roll over too. So you could front run the rollover because you know people are going to buy it. Okay, you understand that concept? They're both 10-year T-note contracts. That's the weird thing. They're just pieces of paper. But one is going to be worthless in 2 weeks, and the other one is going to be the one being traded. So maybe you buy it first in anticipation of new buyers. Okay? You get that? Make sense? So, this guy, for decades, only did that. Only traded the rollover that occurred at quadruple witching. The other, because that only happens one week a year, or 1 week per quarter. So there's only 4 weeks per year that this happens. The rest of the time, he just scalped to fill time. Because one of the requirements of being on the Chicago Board of Trade is you actually have to be there. So he would do nothing for about 7 weeks, 11 weeks, and then trade like crazy, and then do nothing for 11 weeks, and then trade like crazy. Huh? Isn't that neat? So that's quadruple witching. All right. I'd like to trade more than that. Hang on. What's going on? My plumber wants to know if I loved his service and if I should. Yeah, I love you. Anyways, good. All right, let's stack them and pack them. You guys ready to stack some profits? Who's excited about this? Come on. Who's excited about learning how to stack your trades? Daniel DeLone. Hey, you know what? I know a manual DeLone. Anyways, is that custom? No, but the one that comes with your stupid MT4 standard setup only has one line, which is the most stupid thing ever. So yeah, you got to go find it, but it's not something I made. But the awesome thing about one awesome thing about MT4, oops, if you go to here and then click on market, no, not market, what's the other one? Code base. Okay, see this? You ready? Wait for it. These are all things you can add to your MT4 for free. And by the way, there's thousands and thousands and oh, I saw one on MACD. Now, of course, in the brilliant minds of the programmers, this is not searchable. But I thought I saw one here that said MACD on it. So you go through thousands and thousands and thousands. Maybe I saw MDX, 2 EMAs. MACD expert, expert advisor that trades signals from the MACD indicator. Okay, that's an expert advisor, which means it's going to want to trade for you. So you can turn that nonsense off. You don't want that. Hang on. What did I just do? Oh, there we go. You can turn expert advisors off. I only want indicators, like a MACD. Okay, these are only MACDs, well, only indicators, not EAs, okay? So now here's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Color MACD. MACD indicator, red color means bullish, blue color means bearish. That's stupid, by the way. This is how your scumbag scam artist Forex guru teaches, and it's the dumbest thing ever. But anyways, there's an indicator if you want to make a failed strategy fail faster. But anyways, these are things that people have done, okay, to help you customize your Forex, your MT4 trading account. Thousands and thousands, tens of thousands. These, I'm telling you, there's tens of thousands, okay? Now, one of the things I'm doing with the new version of the chart downloads is I'm going to set up a system where I go through these 10 or 20 or 30,000 indicators, and I'll pick the ones that are awesome. Here's an MACD, so I'd have to try it. Advisor, Impel, I guess it's supposed to be simple, MACD, and it's an EA, but he's listed it in the indicator section, not an EA section, and it's got low stars. Probably not something you want to attach to your life savings. Anyways, so that's in the works too, guys. I'll help you pimp your ride. But yeah, so that's where you get it. Yeah, thousands of ways to measure rate of change. Yeah, Jimbo, right? Amazing, right? Oh, Chuck Duck says that one's a good one? Yeah, okay. All right, to each his own. Let's stack them and pack them. Stack and pack the pips. Okay, cool. I want to start on a high time frame, work my down into a low time frame. I'm a position trader. I'm a trend trader. And in this case, I'm a carry trader. Tell me the best pivot that I should assume a trade on using monthly pivot points. If I was a swing trader carry trading, what monthly pivot do I want to get short? And by the way, that monthly pivot ends up telling me an exact price. Okay? So you tell me, how would I stack this using nothing but a monthly? Remember, I'm a carry trader. Hint, hint, hint. I'm a carry trader. M2 would be the worst thing ever. That would be the worst thing if I'm a carry trader. This is Euro Turkish Lira. Well, hey, yeah. Hey, you typed it. Don't be sorry. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's start with that. All right, so let's go back to hourly, I guess. Okay, let's do that. So I like to front run things because that makes me cool and the chicks dig it. So what I like to do is before we get to the month, I like to set things up and be prepared. Okay? There is my plan A, short. But I would be doing this during the last week, let's say. And I can see this as a bullish area where bulls get out. Plus, I know this is the exact pivot I want to get short, the monthly. So that says 6.5641. To be clear, I knew about that way over here, that price. Okay? This is probably the last week right here. So let's do it that way. Okay? That's probably the last week of last month. So I'm already thinking, and by the way, this says any bulls in the market are likely to leave the market. That's what this means. So I'm thinking I want to get short. I want to get short around this price. Oh, gold, dang it. It's supposed to be blue. There we go. I want to get short somewhere around this price, and bulls are likely to get out. Okay? Sure what I'm talking about? That's factual, by the way. That's a fact, Jack. That is the monthly M2 on the last week of last month, and this is where I'd be front running my short position. So now the next thing is simply where do I get short? Okay. Now, if you did not front run, then the very first day, the first second of the new month, we were on plan B, the monthly central. Okay? Followed by a lower low, lower high. There's lots of things going on here. But this is the best one here. And this is certainly your shot. Okay? That's the first one. Well, actually, you know what? The first one is I had a bias in the first place. The strategy, this idea that I want to carry trade, that I'm waiting to short. Maybe that's the first thing. Then the second thing is, well, if I'm going to short for the month of September, what is my price? And it would be 6.5641. And I knew that days before it happened. So I could be ready here. But I certainly, even if I didn't front run, on the first second of the first month, I'm on my plan B price. So I either get short or I'm not a bear. Okay? Everybody understand? Feeling good, Monty? Talk to me, Goose. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this on, let's stack it a different way. We'll stack it a different way. Okay? So, what are the prices I want to sell if I'm a bear? that one, that one. So let's start with this week. Okay? I beg and I plead. Do you remember when I wrote this like, I think Monday, right? Didn't I write like, I beg? Remember? I beg on my hands and knees for you to be at your charts when the market opens on Sunday. There's your WM3. Remember, you're already a bear on that monthly M3. Now you're thinking about follow-up trades. Now we're stacking our strategies. Monthly strategy, well, fundamental strategy, monthly strategy, now weekly strategy. Okay? You notice how you would get short here last week, or maybe try again here? The way I teach you, your stop's up here, so you have nothing to lose. Yeah, look how far it went, bro. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's last week. Who cares about last week? That's this week. That was Sunday afternoon. You had it. It was in your hands, and you dropped the ball. But weekly trade, monthly trade, fundamental trade. Okay? You starting to get the pattern here? Oh my gosh, Becky, look at that trader's trade. So, let's do this let's stack another one. Stack them. Let me see. Okay? Let's see. Let's go all the way back here. Daily sell zone, 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 and daily sell zone. All right. Let's analyze this, and we'll say which ones did not work. Nope. That's sideways. Nope. Nope. Okay, that one worked. This one's tricky. You may be in it, you may not be. These are day trades, guys. Now, ready? Check it out. Which ones did work? Which ones making the money? Making the money, making the money, making the money, making the money, and making the money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades here, plus, right, 5 dailies. And by the way, I'm not zoomed all the way back to the beginning of September. We can go even further back. Okay, but let's say a minimum of 5 dailies, 1 or 2 weeklies, and certainly 1 monthly. Stacked, stacked, and stacked, and stacked. Okay, this, so here's the front run. I guess we should go all the way back. Where's the front run? Let's go all the way back to the last week of last month. So I'm going to do this in pink now. Okay? Sell zone, sell zone, sell zone. So didn't get that one. Sell zone, didn't get that one. Sell zone, double bottomed on us. Okay? So now you back off. Okay? You back off. It's not doing what you want. Remember, this is price action telling you not to trade. Price action is not, right? So now this one you got, and this one, no, and this one, no, and this one, yep, this one, yep, and this one, no, and this one, yep. Okay, and this one we missed. All right, so now, I'd say instead of 5, you probably got 8. So every other day, you got a profitable daily trade. Every week, you got a profitable weekly trade and the monthly trade. So you got the monthly, 2 weeklies, and 8. So what is that, 10 to 11? There's at least 10 trades here, stacked and packed, all on Euro Turkish lira, all collecting interest. Now, Michael says, and you have to exit each day. Why? You can if you're day trading, but that's what day traders do. Your weekly trade, no. Your monthly trade, no. You see? You're missing so much. This is how you're supposed to be trading. If you're not trading that way, you're confused. And I don't care about the Euro Turkish. Oh, I guess this is what I want to show you. Sorry, I guess I missed one of the points. Okay, so we discussed this, I think, with the swing trading group yesterday. And so what's today's day trade? Right there, brah. Okay? Okay? So we're here. Let's get off the hourly. Let's go to a 15. Are you ready? Wait for it. Are you ready? Down, 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 down. That's interesting, right? Why is that interesting? Because there's my get short price for the day. Cool. Nice. Up, up. Say it. Down, 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 down. Up, up. Down, 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 down. Up, up. Sell. 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 These could be on 5-minute charts, guys. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on this just since London open. Plus the day trade you leave open all day. Plus the 2 weekly trades that you have had open for 2 weeks. Plus the monthly trade that you front run back last month in anticipation of this one. But you want to make it difficult. You want to make it smart. You want to show your mommy how smart you are. Every single day I predict the future and it's all random. Today I might buy, tomorrow I might sell. I don't know what's happening next week. How could you possibly trade profitably if you have no idea what's going to happen next week or next month? I can't imagine. Let me tell you about heartache and the loss of God, wandering in hopeless night. Out here, there are no stars. Huh? You have no idea. There's no stars to guide your way. You're just wandering in hopeless night to the point where your inner spirit and it has died. Let me tell you about heartache and the loss of God. You've just completely given up because you're wandering in hopeless night. No stars to guide you. You're just going to lay down and die. Or you wake up. Start trading like you're supposed to. Get serious. Get on, right? We got to get going. Why is it better, Joey? Because it works. I don't know, Joey. I'm self-taught. Nobody taught me how to trade pivot points. Looked like to me M3 is important. Now, how about this, Joey? Joey brings up an interesting point, though. There are tons of people that now teach pivot points, and they don't even have M lines. Right? Have you seen these guys? They're just like, oh, you sell at R1 and you buy at S1. Why? Because S means support and R means resistance. So I guess that means buy and sell zone. So, and they just make it up. They have no idea what they're talking about. And so you just saw it you're like, wow, look at that. These R levels are not even that important. Yeah, but your last guru taught you they were important because they're a punk. Right? That's why you just got to once you find what you need to know, drop everything else. You're like, boom, this is what I need to do. I need trade planning based on fundamental analysis first, long-term technicals next, and then I got to stack them and pack up these pips. Okay? Yeah. name, right? But like, I don't know. We don't have enough time to be polite, I guess. I'm usually not this rude. I haven't slept in much again, but I got my trades on, right? So check this out. You ready? Oh, look, I can't lose money. Do you remember that I make 1,100% a year guaranteed on that trade? But other people will say, I scalped the Fed news and made 33 pips. Guaranteed 1,100% a year. I'm going to stack them and pack them. Boom, boom, more. I asked you 2 months ago that you should try to have 20 trades open. All stops at break even, like I just did. And have no worries if they come back and some of them, or even all of them, get knocked out. That's not likely, but if you're a trend trader, some of these are going to get knocked out and you just try again. But the thing is, if you're in the trade at rollover, you get paid. So even if you got paid only 1 day's interest, it's 1 day's interest at 1,100% a year. You see what I mean? It's like, okay, I only collected one, sue me, right? I mean, at least I'm trying. So you stack them and stack them and stack them. This is just a carry trade, guys. It doesn't have to be this way. Certainly doesn't have to be Euro Turkish Lira. Okay? It's just making me money, that's all. But what about the other yens? What about the Swissy pairs? What about the dollar pairs? What about just crushing euro across the board? Or waiting for the next pound crash? Yeah, look, we're at a 2-month high in Great British Pound. Yeah, well, watch it come down, man. Watch it come down. How do I know it's going to come down? I'm a bear. So one of two things are going to happen. It comes down and I make money. It goes up and I don't trade. Genius, 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 right? Right? Who's on board with me? Just the mental attitude of what I'm saying is ringing true to your ears. I want to know, like, yes, I'm on board. This is guerrilla warfare, man. We're fighting 800-pound gorillas. That's why this is guerrilla warfare. The 800-pound gorilla is the greed and the sloth of hedge fund managers that make tens of millions of dollars a year doing nothing. The greed and the sloth. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Can we do gold? I'm not going to stack them and pack them for you. I'm just showing you, like, this is what I teach you all day, every day, for close to 15 years, and nobody does it. I don't know why you don't do it. It's a real major conundrum for me. Yeah, it's a major conundrum. So you're going to have to do it yourself. So I'm going to go back and we'll look at gold, and I'll say, look, here's where it might be going. Here's the support and here's the resistance. But you gotta put it together. So what did I say at the beginning of the week? I think it was. You gotta have half a brain and a ridiculous, sickening work ethic. If you can bring that to the table, I believe you'll be successful. You can't be stupid. And you have to be an extremely hard worker, dedicated and willing to make sacrifices. You don't have that? Go do something else. Go flip some real estate. Have fun. Oh, but I have to have a real estate license. Dude, I know people that don't have half a brain and have a real estate license. What do you think of the closets? Aren't they amazing? And the natural light. Oh, to die for. Yeah. So if you got half a brain and a ridiculous, sickening work ethic, there's only two things that you need now: time and money. Okay? If you don't have any time, you should get money. If you don't have any money, you should have time. If you're 98 years old and you're dead broke, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay? No, I'm saying Homer Simpson would be, he could become a real estate agent. But he could never be a Forex trader. You got to have half a brain. Go! All right, so anyways, whatever. This is the wake-up call. Here's what I would do if I were me. I would spend the rest of the weekend, I'd probably watch that speech I just did 5 more times. I'm going to smoke a cigar today. Why? I'm actually going to spend hours today thinking of my business model. I am not joking. I even told my wife, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. And I've been working hard on all these other things that I've been doing this week. And I've been trying to squeeze in time for the kids, which I've done a lot, and squeeze in time for being a husband, and I've done that a lot, and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I'm doing my work, and I'm doing my trading. I'm not sleeping. I'm just... And then I told her, I am going to sit on the back deck for hours today, focused on my business model. And I'm going to just ignore. I'm going to just ignore the kids. I'm going to ignore you. And I apologize. I swear to God, I said this to her today. And she said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure by the time this evening comes along, you turn all of that off. And we have a glass of wine, you light some candles, and we go back to being a normal family. And I'm like, cool, I'll do my best. Okay? So, this is how I work. I can't do 2 things at once. I can only do one thing, and I'm ridiculous about it. Okay? I'm ridiculous. If you're normal, you're going to have problems. You need to be ridiculous. I didn't say brilliant. If I give you a task to do, you do extra. And then you come up to me and you're like, Wayne, I'd like to do more. What more can I do? That's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I think you need to be. Okay? So this weekend, if I were me and me was you, I would spend the whole weekend watching what I just said again. That was probably, a 15-minute rant. And then start planning what I'm going to do to absolutely revolutionize everything I do in regards to trading and probably everything in your life around trading. You got to get your spouse or loved one on board. You do need a support group, whether it's us or really you need, like, I don't know if it's your friends or if your spouses or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or your kids or your neighbor or what, but you need people around you that don't pull you down. Now, most people you know probably drag you down. They're normal people, which I would never want to be normal. So you need someone that keeps you positive and keeps you focused. For example, if you have a trading day where you do something stupid and you know what that is, you chase price and lose a bunch of money. You throw down a bunch of trades with no bias, no trade plan. You're just wasting time and losing money. You do something stupid like that, we have to kill that, cut it out like cancer now. So how do you do it? Your support person, you go up to them and say, I totally effed up today. I can't believe how mentally retarded I was. This is what I did. This is the amount of money I lost, and I have to stop it. I am going to sleep in the bathtub tonight. And if this is your spouse says, yeah, totally. And they go off and they get some pillows and some blankets and put it in the bathtub and they're like, get in there, punk. They need to, like, fully on board support that. Punk ass bitch, get into the the bathtub. You're like, oh, you're being mean about it. You're like, damn right, you're throwing away the family's money because you don't have the discipline. Get in the bathtub. The couch is not enough. You need two things. You need shame. Shame is the most important part. This is why you must tell somebody. You must have shame. If you justify your stupidity, you're going to do it again and again and again and again and again. So you might as well just take all your money, put it in a fire pit, invite all your friends over, pour them cocktails, and then at the right time when it's nice and low, you bring all your friends to the fire pit. And you're like, hey, man, what's going on? Why is there $10,000 in this fire pit? And you're like, oh, that used to be in my Forex trading account, but I'm a punk-ass bitch and I don't have any discipline. So instead of just burning it in the market and not having anything that I can tell stories about, right? Because if I lost all the money in the market, I'm not going to say, oh, you should have seen it. I threw away $10,000 doing something stupid in Forex. You don't do that. You're shameful, so you don't tell anybody. So what's the benefit of that? So you invite all your friends over to your house, give them cocktails, put some music on, and then around 10:30, and it's nice and dark, invite everyone around the fire pit and unveil the $10,000 in cash and put lighter fluid around the whole thing and set it on fire. And you're like, I could have lost this in the market with my stupidity and my lack of discipline. But instead, boom! We'll talk about this for years. It'll be the greatest thing. You're like, hey, wait, remember that time you burned $10,000 in cash in your fire pit? I will never forget that. I'm like, I know, bro, right? Right? So you take pride in your losses. You either burn it and have a funny story that people will tell at your funeral, or you tell your loved one, you're like, I screwed up. I lost $200 doing something stupid. See, the money doesn't matter. It's the fact that you were weak. You're the weak. You're the sick. I and everyone else on this planet will prey on you, and your wealth will be transferred to Harvard because it'll go to me and then I'll pay Harvard, right? So, like, you're just transferring your wealth because you're the sick and you're the weak. Is that the job description on your business card? Do I have it? Here's my business card. Look. Yeah. There's my sick and weak and poor. And probably stupid and no discipline. Yeah. If you don't want your business card to read that way, then step up. Girl up, man. Girl up. So what is your business card? I got at least half a brain and a ridiculous, sickening work ethic. And when I find out that I'm weak or I'm sick, I take pride in that situation. I tell my support group and I say, help me. I am weak. I am sick. I made a horrible mistake. And they're like, get in the bathtub. Okay? The first part is shame. The second thing is discomfort. And you need to be rolling over all night and you're like, this sucks beyond belief. Now, most of you are not willing to do this. 95% of people that are watching right now, 95% of you guys will not do this. You're not willing to do it. You don't have what it takes. I said you need to be ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. You have to be ridiculous because you will never do it. You see what I mean? And if you do it once, that will be the last time. That will be the last time. And trust me, the discomfort is not the point. It's the shame. So, if you work for me in a hedge fund, you're in my building, you're breathing my air, and you're throwing shadow on my floor where there should be light. So you have to justify your existence. Okay? You justify your existence by making tons of money with low risk. I might give you a salary. I might give you a bonus. You can go get your yellow Lamborghini and be happy, which I know won't make you happy, by the way. It'll piss you off. It'll be the worst thing you ever did. buy a yellow Lamborghini, and then you'll say, dude, this sucks. This was my dream. This is now my nightmare. Your yellow Lamborghini will be your nightmare. But anyways, okay? Anyways, here's what would happen. I'll say, go dang it! And I said, dang it. Go dang it! Get in my office! And, and bring your track record. Woo! And I'll say, what is your major malfunction? You're like, I had a bad week. You're like, bad week? You had a catastrophic week. Yes, you only lost 1%, but that's because of my rules of risk management. But let's look at what you did. What was this about? And this and this and this. And I see 3 losing trades in an hour? Tell me you had a trade plan. Well, it did. Okay? And then you have some piss poor, lame ass excuse why you lost my client's money. Okay? Which means you're about this close to being pushed out of the window in my office. And then outside the window, there's a pile of dead bodies from all the other lame traders that lacked discipline. Okay? And they're certainly not getting any money or compensation from me, right? So I say, what happened here? And we identify that you were weak. You were sick. And now you make my clients vulnerable, and we cannot have that. So here's the first solution I offer. Probably behind my door will be a hook. And on the hook will be a coat hanger. Can you visualize this? Behind my door, there's a hook. And on the hook, there's a coat hanger. On the coat hanger will be a jumpsuit. Kind of like what plumbers wear when they work on things, or aircraft mechanics wear, like the full thing that you can put over your clothes, like a prisoner. And I'm hoping it's bright orange or bright yellow or paisley, or maybe we write things on there like loser, scumbag, sick, weak, undisciplined, right? We all write it and we all sign it. And anyways, you have to wear that. Yeah, the coveralls. You will have to wear this every day for a month. For a month. You walk in and you got your little latte in the morning and you're in the elevator with everyone. You're like, hey guys. And they're like, oh my God, this guy's breathing my air. I'm breathing this guy's, right? They're like, no one's going to want to stand next to you. But you got your nice $1,000 suit on and your nice cufflinks and your fancy watch. Great, whatever. Then you get to your desk. Guess where the suit of shame now lives? And you will put that sucker on and walk through all the office and sit at your desk and go to meetings wearing the suit of shame. And people can tell from across the room that you were sick, you were weak, you were undisciplined, and you were a loser. Not from making a little mistake, but by being a loser. Not a losing trade. You were a losing trader. You chased price. You were trading without a plan. You were undisciplined, weak, and sick. And everyone will know it. What's the odds you're going to do something to fix this situation before the end of the month? What are the odds you're going to do something to turn yourself around now? This is so important because it has nothing to do with pain, has nothing to do with discomfort. The social aspect is 1,000 times worse than losing money. It's 1,000% worse than being uncomfortable, because you will justify the loss, you will justify the discomfort, and you will just quit. You'll say, oh, well, 95% of all Forex traders lost money, so I popped $5,000 in an account, and but nobody really makes money, and everybody loses the $5,000, so I guess I'll go take a real estate course and go do that, and I'll go do whatever. I'll go search to find how dumb, undisciplined people make millions. And of course, it's even the idea is stupid, right? So which one are you is all I'm saying. And then stand up, do it, be it, go. Okay? I show you every day how to be successful in Forex. Go. I teach my kids, if you're not getting excellence, ask for help. So I'll be sitting on the couch with my son, 10 o'clock at night, his laptop's open, and we're critiquing. And I said, well, look what you're doing here. This needs to be changed. What's your thought? How could we do this better? How could we do that better? How can this be better? Oh, well, Dad, it's good enough. I don't care about good enough. This is in front of me. It needs to be excellent. I'm ridiculous. I want you to be ridiculous. That's it. That was an hour. That's all I'm giving you today. There's no sense in me going through, oh, well, look at the Euro USD, and oh, look at gold. And dude, you can do that. Pull up a chart. Where's the support? Here's what you do. Open up a chart. Are you a bull or a bear? If you don't even know before you open the chart, don't make a trade. So gold. Are you a bull on gold or are you a bear on gold? I don't know. We're not looking at a gold chart. Then you can't trade. I should be able to say, are you a bull on gold or are you a bear on gold? Today, next week, next month. All the same answer. You're either a bull or you're a bear or you're a loser, right? A bull, a bear, or a pig. And pigs get slaughtered. So, are you a bull or a bear on gold? I get two people right here say bear. Good. Identify the next two levels of resistance. Now you know your price. You might sell at this one. You might sell at that one. Great. The rest is timing. Thank goodness someone invented things like moving averages. Somebody invented things like oscillators. Somebody noticed stuff like price action. Now you just got to be there at that price and look for the thing. What's the thing? I don't know. Do you use price action? That would be the thing. Do you use oscillators? That would be the thing. Moving averages. Yeah, you know what? When the 5/8 crosses down off your resistance, sell it, dude. That's it. You can do that. You can do that. You can do that, but you don't, and that's the part I don't understand. You can do it, so you need to radically revolutionize everything you're doing. If you're looking to get 5% better, you're going to fail. Because you're not trying hard enough. 5%, that ain't going to make a damn difference. Okay? You didn't look at gold. I don't need to look at gold. I'm not going to look at gold, Barry. I'm going to shut it down. I gave you 58 minutes today. And I talked about the most important thing in your life, besides your loved ones. This is how you take care of your loved ones. So if I'm a bull on gold, it doesn't matter if you're a bear. It doesn't matter. If I'm a bull on gold, I will identify the next two levels of support. I will use technical analysis to adjust my timing for entry, and I'll either buy gold or I won't buy gold. Done. See what I mean? Done. There's no debate. I am absolutely 100% certain I can identify the next two levels of support. Those are my prices. I might buy at the first one. I might buy in the second one. Well, what do I mean by might? Well, if they don't go down there, I won't buy them. Or if they go through them, I won't buy them. If they come down and hit the first one, then turn north, I will buy them. See, I don't know if I will get the right market conditions, but all day, every day, I can come up with identifying support. The rest is easy. You can't do that, boom, you're not going to be successful. Okay? About block orders, I don't think there's anything to talk there, Sharif. And I think that's really more about trading big positions in stock, and in particular, you probably can't even get a block order, so you're probably going to have to fill it through a dark pool. And then of course there's the high frequency traders that might test all the exchanges by sending block orders, find out which ones can't fill and then kill, and then go front run somewhere else, all within a billionth of a second. But when it comes down to this, don't worry about it. Foreign exchange is pure liquid. We don't trade off exchange. We trade through an interbanking system, and okay, not a problem. Okay? So thank you, guys. I care about you. I want you to succeed. I'm not trying to teach you how to get rich quick. I hope you appreciate that. I appreciate you being in my life because it keeps me focused like this. It keeps me passionate. It keeps me strong. You make me want to be a better trader. And that is very important. We know one of the major risks of our business, if you analyze like a SWOT analysis, one of the major threats is isolation. Because every day you become 1% less disciplined. At what point do you blow up your account? When you're 25% less disciplined, 50%, 80% less disciplined, 100. We know by the time you hit 100, you're broke. It might only be 50 days and you're done. Because here's the thing: if you're 99% disciplined, you are not disciplined. You understand that? You're not 62% pregnant. You're pregnant or you're not pregnant. You're disciplined, you're not disciplined. And that's why we need a community to keep us grounded, keep us centered, keep us focused. And then I'm behind you, pushing as much as I can. I'm trying to push you. Think of it this way. Go in this direction. But you need to do it. Blood, sweat, and tears for years. That's it. I want to give one more example of how I've done this in my life, and I shared it with you 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I started taking classes at Harvard. Why? Because I could. And my kids at that 5 years ago were at the age where they got their first homework from school. And I'm like, oh, I can preach to them that doing homework is good, or I can get some homework and they can watch me do homework. They can watch me being ridiculous. So I made some calls, pulled some strings, boom, I'm in Harvard. Great. But I'm not in a program. I'm just taking classes. Great. Sort of like night schools for billionaires. All right, cool. So I talked to some people and they're like, you need to be in this new elite program Harvard's going to start. Like, really? Yeah, it's for senior executives. Really? I'm intrigued. And Harvard's never done this before? No. You will be in cohort 1 if you're accepted. Well, what's the acceptance rate? 1%. Like, really? Like 99% of people are rejected? Yeah, 99. 99% will not get in. Okay, I'll apply. Think of it. You have to be a currency trader to say, oh yeah, I can beat 99% of the people. Pfft, sure, let's go. But here's the thing. I'm like, really? What? They're like, yeah, there's a catch. You have to commit for 4 years. 4 years. You will be a full-time student. You'll be taking multiple classes at the same time. Then, in the summer, you have to move to Harvard, leave your wife, leave your children for a month, move to Harvard, live on campus. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And so during the semester, I have to do 2 classes? Yeah. And then I have to move to Harvard every summer for 4 years. Yeah. For a month. Yeah. Away from my wife and kids. Like, that will get me killed. They're like, we know. So if you can't do that, you're not in Harvard. I say, so is this kind of like a time waste, or I go to Harvard and it's like I just hang out in Cambridge for a while? They're like, oh, no. At summer school, people take 1 class for a month instead of taking 1 class for 5 months. So it's super, 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 super compressed. Hyper compressed. Every day is a week. I'm like, wow, that sounds impossible. Oh yeah, but that's what the other 9,000 people at Harvard Summer School do. You guys will do twice the workload everybody else does. No one else is even allowed to take 2 classes, but we're going to make it absolutely ridiculously impossible. And by the way, it's super expensive. You have to do it for 4 years. Super expensive, ridiculously hard. It's going to take unbelievable amounts of sacrifices for me, but for my children and for my wife, and it's huge. I said, okay, let's do it. I'm in. Boom. And I'm graduating with honors. Not the top of the class, but in the top 10% of Harvard. Boom. I'm ridiculous. Right? I'm ridiculous. I'm committed. I work hard. I'm not that bright. I'm a little bright, but I'm really a hard worker. But this is how I treat everything in my life. That's all I'm asking you to do. Half a brain, a huge work ethic. Half a brain, a huge work ethic. I didn't say brilliant but no work ethic, or really smart but half a work ethic. A little lazy sometimes, Half a brain, ridiculous, sickening work ethic. Your money problems will go away. And I know it will go away. But there are 2 variables of when it'll go away. How much money you start with, because it's just math, guys. How much money you start with, and how much time. Okay? Yeah, Nicola's like this. So my program, I do many classes online, but I do many classes on campus. I'd have to look it up. I've done I've done probably 15 classes on Harvard campus, like semesters. But I've done just as many online as well. So it's a hybrid executive program because they're assumed, right? And I've learned macroeconomics from senior economists at the Fed. I've discussed things like the welfare and unemployment with economists from the Fed, different from the New York Fed, not the Boston Fed. My current management consulting professor has a degree from Georgetown University, worked 12 years at McKinsey, the best management consulting firm, right? Has an MBA from Harvard Business School, top of his class, and a law degree from Harvard Law School, top of his class. Like, these guys have ridiculous, sickening work ethic and a ginormous brain. So because I have a half a brain, I have to use all my work ethic just to struggle to keep up with their giant brains. If I didn't have the work ethic, there's no way I could survive in an environment like that. But there's no lazy people at Harvard, and there are no stupid people at Harvard. Okay? So, this is where I'm trying to get you at, guys. Just try more on the right things. Work on the discipline. Work on the vision. Spend time with yourself this weekend and write down, literally write a contract with yourself. Maybe literally write a contract that you are going to radically revolutionize everything you do in Forex. Because you know what I show you works. And most of the messaging from outside of that is mediocre at best, complete scam artist stuff at worst. So cut all the fat, focus, 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 focus. Okay? Focus. And together we will succeed. It's just a matter of time. You want to speed up time? Have money. You don't have money, you're going to have to rely on time. That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. If you don't have money, maybe start a hedge fund and raise money. Someone else will give you money if you have a track record of success. Oh, I'll need a track record of success. Yeah, you'll need to do that for probably 3 or 4 years. Oh, yeah, which means you need to know how to conservatively trade so that you get low volatility and consistent returns. Yeah, that's it. And you only have to do that for 4 years, maybe 5. Oh, is that like working? Is that like going to Harvard and getting multiple degrees in a 5-year plan? Yes, you'll have to work hard all day, every day during the normal semester. And yes, then you're going to, through periods, have to like work 20 hours a day, right? And you're going to have to do it for 4 years, maybe 5, and it's going to cost you lots and lots and lots of time, lots and lots and lots of money, and you're going to have to give up incredible amounts. And the people around you are going to have to support you and keep you alive and driven and focused while you do all of that. You know what I'd say to an opportunity like that? Sign me up. And by the way, 95% of people will not make it. So why do I care about them? Right? Are you the 1% or the 5% that succeed? Then that's all you need. Are you the type of person that feels like they can succeed because you know you can count on your work ethic, that you can do those things, you can make those sacrifices, and you're like, 5 years, that's it? Think of it. If you can have a decent track record, consistent results with low volatility for 5 years, you will be able to raise money from wealthy people. And then you do it for another 5 years, and then wealthier people will come along, do that for another 5 years, and then super wealthy people will invest. In less than 20 years, you will have so much more than what you have now. But the thing is, your money problems, which you might have now, some of you don't, but some of you do. I'm not talking 10 years to fix that. That's going to go away pretty quick. But the problem is, many people without money, they don't have an education, so you're going to have to work on getting at least half the brain, and there's no long-term vision. Poor people need to eat today. I got to get rich quick today. I need to throw down a big trade today so I can eat. So that's going to be the massive threat to your trade. I want you to think about how you're going to do that. Will you be able to save 100% of your profits over and over and over again for years and not spend it to eat? Are you willing to do it? Are you able to do it? Are you willing to spend hours and hours and hours a day doing this? Are you willing to take a second job, have 2 jobs, and do Forex so that you can take all the money from your second job and not eat it? Will you take a second job and work weekends and work nights to put 100% of that money into your trading account and then spend the next 2 or 3 years focused all on your trading education? So you know how to trade, and you develop things like patience and discipline and a track record. And then when you're good, you put real money in the market and start your track record. Okay? Are you willing to do all of these things? I'll tell you, 95% won't do it. So you should stand up and say, I am the 5%. I am willing. I am able. Watch me do it. And if you're that type of person, nothing will stop you. That's it. I'll see you on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.